Bonjour mes amis and bienvenue à Université Québec et Montréal. Jason Tom here alongside Elias Sabate. Day 4 of the Montreal session. We got 3 games today at 10 a.m., noon, and 2 p.m. We started up Toronto versus New Brunswick live from Montreal. Rothesay Netherwood School, Royal Crown Academic School. This should be a good matchup. Royal Crown looking to come out of here with 2 wins. RNS looking to improve to 8-0 on the season. They'll be tested. Jason Tom here alongside Elias Sabate.
RNS been completely dominant over the course of this session here, and I think they've done a really good job in terms of setting the mark for themselves and for the rest of the league. I think any opponent that goes up against them now has got a lot of scouting to do, and there's really not one person you can hone in on. You've had contributions from everywhere on this roster.
Absolutely. Mateo Zagar. Easy 2. Royal Crown's going to find out soon that they got to tighten up or they're just going to get run right off the floor today.
I think that's exactly what's going to happen, and you can tell that a little bit from the warm-up. I mean, I'm tired of giving them the young excuse. It's just a matter of how bad they want to play for each other. When you look at RNS, look at RNS's bench right now. Mm-hmm. They want to play for each other. They celebrate each other's little victories. With Royal Crown, you got guys with AirPods in their ear during warm-ups, no communication, and really Jasmar Olambe is the only one who's trying to get them going emotionally from a communicative standpoint. So they got a lot of work to do. They got to learn to love to play for each other.
Yeah, basic uniformity as well. I mean, RNS comes out all in the exact same warm-ups. They have their stations, their stretching station, shooting station, dribble station. Royal Crown, random sweaters. Throwing up shots, little one-on-one. They get some practice time with their head coach running through their defensive schemes. But leading up to tip-off time, no tightness.
Fifield using his knee that time against Adams. And as a defender, that's one thing you got to be careful when you're playing against Adams. He does have a good blow-by ability.
Yep.
He gets low, he stays in that low stance, and that's enough to get by guys because they mostly play upright.
Adams has either been right on or completely off.
Now I'm looking for consistency from him. He may lose that starting position. You never know.
First-year program. Still trying to work out rotations, personnel. Samuel Alamutu, the breakout player of this session, one of a few.
My goodness, Sam Alamutu. I don't know how many times we've said that name this weekend, whether on the live broadcast or not. But once we compile this highlight mix, he's going to look terrific. I mean, there's nothing really. I'm trying to pinpoint areas of his game that he can't do, and there really isn't much.
No, I mean, we say it time and time again, session to session, and as the season progresses, to see how these players improve. But with Alamutu, it's not even game by game. Sometimes it's quarter by quarter. The things that he's adding to his game, or at least showing the rest of the world on what he can do.
Next step for him is really building that three-point shot. Both him and Mateo Zagar have to, just spend time in the gym just putting up reps. That's really all it is. Fixing the form, release points. One of them shoots on the way down. The other one has a really, his balance hand goes really far back. Takes away from the angle.
It's getaway day here in Montreal. All these teams playing their final game and then heading out. So it's a easy chance to overlook the team you're playing.
Coke Harrison setting the screen. He's one of their key role players on this team. He does a little bit of everything, and he's also one of their best defenders.
Alembe starting the scoring for Royal Crown as they get on the board.
Interesting decision by Coach JaVale Miles, not starting either of the bigs. They want to match the fastball here.
Alamutu, big offensive rebound, kick out, no good. Royal Crown pushing back the other way, Alembe. Yep, saw that charge coming, but no call.
You know, Damien's fighting for that play, but I thought there was a little bit of a flop there. Byfield's been great at setting them and taking them square in the chest, but on that time, he fell before the contact.
Kick back out. Alembe, very good getting to the baseline.
There's a guy that I am loving in this session. Skill just continues to develop, man, off the dribble, and it all starts with the fundamentals he used. That all came off of a pump fake.
Extra pass into the corner. Alembe. Alembe is their best player, two-way player.
No doubt about that.
Statistically, doesn't always lead the way, but we all know that that's fool's gold.
And he's their emotional and spiritual leader as well. I mean, you see him communicating at all time. You see him getting on guys. I think one thing there's a fear of at this age group is, and I'm not talking about Royal Crown as a young team, I'm talking about all the prep teams, they're afraid to get on each other. There's nothing wrong with that. If you can't call your teammate out, what kind of relationship do you have? If a guy's not playing defense to the standard of the team, you better be able to call him out. This is probably the most bitter coffee I've ever had, JT.
Is that A&W coffee?
That's right.
Ugh, yeah. You are learning the hard way.
I'm not a coffee guy, but I'm turning into one.
Adams pushing the other way. Cross, kick, corner three, no good. Kellen Tynes, first time I've said that name today. It's a different RNS squad when Kellen can kind of wait and find the game and let it come to him. Pennell.
Normally he would have had a steal by now. Is he easing up on the Young Bucks? He'll end up with 5.
Taking it hard, will get himself to the line.
And just to fast forward a little bit, Kellen on that take, that's something that he can do at this level. That's something that he can do against this team. I don't see that particular take translating to the next level. When you have a 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", post and forward, it's going to be extremely difficult to come up with those type of finishes. He's got to be a lot more shot selective and use the floater to the best of his ability.
Sunday morning game, 8-4, about 5 minutes in.
RNS looks like they're still waking up. Really good job by Sully there, turning his feet and sending Alembe back to the corner for the Sam Alamutu trap. Sully, man, he's been terrific in this one.
Absolutely. This entire session, Sully has been impressive. Started off with what I think was his best career game in the NPA that I've ever seen him play in game 1. Then he followed that up with 19 points, I believe, in game 2. Got a problem with the score clock. We'll take a short break. Be right back.
Junior MPH Showcase Circuit. This level caters to elementary school student athletes in graduation to the high school tier. As a camper, you will have the opportunity to enter the NPH national rankings, where player profiles are created acting as an online resume. This database is directly connected to a network of over 150 prep and post-secondary programs. Junior NPA Showcase Circuit. This level caters to elementary school student athletes in graduation to the high school tier. As a camper, you will have the opportunity to enter the NPH national rankings, where player profiles are created acting as an online resume. This database is directly connected to a network of over 150 prep and post-secondary programs. Junior NPH Showcase Circuit. This level caters to elementary school student athletes in graduation to the high school tier. As a camper, you will have the opportunity to enter the NPH national rankings, where player profiles are created acting as an online resume. This database is directly connected to a network of over 150 prep and post-secondary programs. Junior NPH Showcase Circuit. This level caters to elementary school student athletes in graduation to the high school tier. As a camper,
someone pulled the plug on the scoreboard. We're back. RNS getting back to the line, looking to extend their 4-point lead.
And right before the break, you saw Fiawi get an entry pass and get a lot of. He's starting to get a lot of love, a lot of touches down low. And although he didn't come up with the finish, I love the way he dove for the ball on the floor and fought for it. He's showing some resilience, showing some fight, and that's get with it. Like that is the RNS way.
Have not mentioned the overarching theme for the RNS season related to their fallen teammate, Andrew Milner. Stooley, steal. Another foul. Royal Crown just racking him up here in the early going. Again, Andrew Milner's number 13 Riverhawks jersey sitting over there on the RNS bench with them everywhere they go in their team picture as well. Milner tragically lost his life during the off-season while playing with the Calgary Dinos. And this season, we will be handing out for the first time ever the Andrew Milner Leadership Award to the player who most embodies everything that Milner provided to his team, his program, and quite honestly, the league. Just has to be a great overall teammate, somebody who sacrifices their individual stats and stature for the betterment of his team. And we'll be giving that out at NPA Nationals. Also want to shout out the 4 a.m. Scholarship Award for Andrew Milner. And we will be working alongside that group heading towards Nationals to make sure that they get some opportunity to push some traffic their way for everything that they're doing in the name of Andrew Milner and his family.
And that was one that hit us really hard. We got to know him for several years, both as a player and person, and you know, he epitomized everything that was resilience, hard work, character. We miss him dearly, and you know, we're always got him in mind. He's a champion of life.
I mean, quite honestly, it's not going too far to say that, you know, this league wouldn't be in the position it's in without the sacrifices Andrew made with his teammates with Rothesay Netherwood School in their winless opening season in the NPA. And to see where they have come now, sitting at 7-0, that would not happen without the foundation that was built with Damian Gay, Andrew Milner, and a number of other young players that helped start this entire basketball program up at RNS. 7-point lead for the Riverhawks right now. Alembe, guarded by Azagra. That's a travel and a shot clock violation. Sunday morning, Elias.
Sunday morning.
Not the best basketball.
I think we'll see a different tale in the second half. Once these guys get the juices flowing, the legs under them.
Fiawi tries to come down with it.
And Fiawi's got to do a better job protecting it. He's good in terms of timing and getting the ball, but he's a big boy. Just don't bring that ball down.
Ooh, big contact.
Starting to show some fight here.
Jaden Cole battling with Fiawi and hit the floor hard.
And hopefully it's nothing to do with his injured hand. He's coming back from a broken arm.
And take a short break. Be right back.
The North Pole Hoops Blueprint is a multi-layered system for Canadian basketball talent to maximize their potential from grade 5 all the way to the NBA. NPH works in partnership with the community, including the national and provincial governing bodies, as well as club programs to maximize.
We're back. Cole's on the bench right now. It's a heavy fall.
He can't catch a break, man.
No.
Such a good kid, and he's been playing outstanding in the minutes that he's gotten.
Adams. Webley with the rebound. Good ball movement. The hot hand from yesterday, Spencer, no good.
Here's a fun fact for you. Jalen Spencer and Mateo Zagar played on the same elementary school team in Oakville at Abbey Lane alongside another big star, Coleman Stuka, who's headed to Northeastern as a freshman next season.
Interesting. No good from Tynes. Royal Crown has left their shooting legs back at the hotel in the early going. Tynes has it sent back by the big man. 2-on-0. Adams drops 2. RNS wants to talk it over. Coach Damian Gay isn't liking the early morning grog and fog that RNS is stuck in right now.
As the summer comes to a close, high school season remains a lasting component to a student-athlete's pathway. Players who thrive in high school are recruited by prep programs to continue pursuing the next level in a competitive environment. At this stage, North Pole Hoops has identified Canada's top prospects from coast to coast, placing them at programs within the National Preparatory Association. Founded in 2016, this league is quickly emerging as a global destination for the world's elite basketball prospects. Utilizing the exposure arm of North Pole Hoops, comprised of digital marketing, live broadcast, and scouting, NPH acts as a media and marketing partner for the NPA to maximize exposure for our student athletes, helping them gain scholarship opportunities, our ultimate measure of success. Climb the ladder to the next level by joining the North Pole Hoops family and enter the Blueprint.
Both teams still trying to find their legs in the early morning affair. 1:43 to go here in the first quarter. A total of 17 points on the board.
It's a very low-scoring start for RNS.
Oh, here's one guy who can get it going for you, but no good in transition. Zalamutu. There's Webley. At the first time we've seen an offensive rebound and putback from the big man this entire session. Taking him a while to find his way through this team, but like we talk about all the time, bigs just take longer.
And he's a fiery competitor once you get him going. I think maybe coming off the bench, he may be a little more infused to want to play harder.
I do. There's obviously a lot of good things you see from him. The communication on defense right now, the way he runs, his energy to get up and down the floor. A lot of positives you see with such a young,
Great
big
defense that time by Pennell.
There's the look and the finish. Alamutu to Zagar.
So let's stop on Alamutu here for a second. We've seen him play probably 3 or 4 different positions. Long term, for the coaches who are watching, whether you're watching live or later, Sam Alamutu is a combo guard. And that's what you'll see from him at the next level.
Strong D once again. RNS transition. Watch out. No good. Karipe cleans it up. Final possession here for Royal Crown if they play it right. And they don't. Turnover. Fifield. Nice take.
Gotta
I like
use
that.
that jump stop, Fifield. I mean, he's getting to the line, so it's a positive regardless, but you want a cleaner look at that, come to a complete jump stop. Then you could use your shoulder a little bit.
Fifield, another one of these Riverhawks that have played, I believe, 3 years in the league. And to see his progression, going from, I think, pretty much 10th guy to starting 5.
I love the fact that we're going to see him for one more after this. And on top of that, he's a native of the province. It's a really good look for the program.
Karipe called for the foul, I believe.
A little bit of a run here from RNS. It's now 17-8. 5 seconds to go in the quarter.
Alembe. 9-point lead for the Riverhawks through 10. Stay with us. We'll be back second quarter after a short break.
Who will be crowned national champion?
Canadian National Invitational Tournament in July brings a team-focused evaluation platform. The CNIT brings 100-plus top-tier clubs from around the world to compete for the national crown. Student athletes continue their journey to the next level as North Pole Hoops invites the network of prep and post-secondary programs to evaluate talent live and direct.
I love our NPA Canada family, our extended family that goes coast to coast. Shout out our future GQ model Josh Richards out in the East Coast, who is arguably my best color commentator, to be honest with you. Just making sure we knew Jack Fifield. This is his 4th year in the NPA. OG alongside Caleb Sully. And from downtown, Jaden Cole off the bench, cashing a 3 to cut the lead to 6. Great ball movement. Bodegoni sent back.
Good look down low from Sam Alamutu. And back to Jaden Cole here for a second, knocking down that ball after taking a little hit in the first quarter. Really, really interested in his efficiency rating after this session. Those are numbers that are going to be very glaring.
Hey, Jack, we're up here pumping you up, pal, and you missed a corner 3. What's going on? I mean, that's 5 field properties in the 4 corners here. This guy's like a Monopoly game. That's deep. Rebound from Zager. Transition. Alamutu. Tell you this. RNS sitting at 7-0. This is the danger game, obviously, that could stop them from going into Ottawa at 8-0. And Royal Crown is not taking the opportunity to steal this one away.
Comes bad to how it comes down to how bad you want it. And I don't think Royal Crown wants it bad enough. I don't think they get angry when they lose. I think they forget about it quickly, and I'm not willing to put it on youth anymore. Like, you just got to want to play.
Adams, no good. Good box out, but nobody got the ball. Here's a guy who wants it. Jaden Webley is putting in work on the offensive glass right now. Pennell. Kick out. Alamutu looking for Bodegoni. Instead, he fires it back out. 6 on the shot clock. Pennell. Mid-range game. Matt Pennell. Getting
Just
the legs
solid.
going.
Just completely solid overall game from Pennell. Ooh, sweet move
And
by
the
Cole.
drop-off.
Unfortunate on the drop-off, but everything in between.
Look at that bounce pass in full speed transition. Alamutu showing us the entire game. The dulcet tones of a screaming Damien Gay on a Sunday morning in Montreal.
He's screaming more than usual. I guarantee
Is
you're
there a
gonna hear
sweeter
from him.
sound? Is there a sweeter sound?
I guarantee you're going to hear from him about scheduling him for 10 a.m. games.
Tell you this, when it comes to the scheduling, it's travel home afterwards and rest from the previous day. That's the 2 things that go into it. Tynes into the high post. Karipe, Bodegoni, no good. Webley pulls it down. Webley's having himself a textbook big man game right now. Cole gets himself to the line.
Absolutely love his game. He's going to, he didn't start the season due to the injury, but watch when we get to Ottawa. There's no way he doesn't earn a starting position on this squad.
One of 2 for JC. Tynes. Zager. Fifield was asking for it in the corner. Karipe. The dreaded 1 dribble pickup. Kellen's going to have to beat the clock. Beats the clock but can't get it to go. Royal Crown looking to cut into this lead.
I'm trying to hold it back, but I can't contain myself. I love his energy, though, man. I love how into it.
It's like Saturday Night Live. I
wish I had a high school coach like that.
I couldn't keep it. Couldn't keep the straight face. It was not a charge. It was a block called on the floor. 5-point lead for RNS. Tynes. He just willed that one through the rim. Pushed the lead back up to 8. Cross. Look at Webley. Look at Webley. You know, we like looking at these teams as groups, but it's also very fun to be able to see kind of individual progress. Cross. Can't find his range. They are just throwing bodies at Webley.
All you got to do is make sure that you seal and box out. Make him go over your back. Get him in some foul trouble before the half, and that's how you'll reopen the lane for RNS.
Pennell, Sully, Fiawi, all checking back in.
I'd like the positive encouragement here, reinforcement from Olumbe to Webley.
I mean, you gotta be blind to not see what the big man's doing here today. Really single-handedly keeping his team in it offensively because nobody else has it going right now for Royal Crown. Ball movement, Sully back up top. Tynes couldn't follow up his last hit from the land beyond.
His energy seems low today. It's not the usual Tynes right now.
Tynes pushing.
Ooh. A shiny dime, as you would say.
That was a fingertip pass.
It looks like Mateo
Oh, yeah.
is bleeding.
Took a shot. Going to take a quick break, clean up the leak.
The National Preparatory Association started 4 years ago, born by the desire of basketball coaches, many of which were outside of Southern Ontario, to provide a different option than traditional high.
All right, we will just stay with it here.
Therapist looking at Mateo right now. Looks like he took a hit to the nose, a little bit of a nosebleed.
I loved it because his coach was telling him to stay upright so it didn't continue to pour out. Zagar said, I don't want to get it on my jersey because he knows he won't be able to play if he gets a bloody jersey.
Smart move. I know Mama Susanna's watching at home right now, and don't worry, he's taken care of. There's a therapist looking at him right now. He'll be fine.
Wow. It's the little things with the young guy. Nice finish. Alamutu, great body control. Leads at 10 for RNS. 28-18.
When you hear that defense chant, have you heard it from the other side? They're not into it at all. That's what you got to hear from the bench. Now, they may reciprocate it as a result of hearing it. And here it comes.
Oh. Just saved, and Spencer with the steal. Into the corner. Adams. Tynes pushing the other way. Yeah,
And one.
basket and a bump. That's the thing with Kellen Tynes. When he seems off, it's just a matter of time. I actually didn't mean that one.
They're natural. What can we say?
Again, our Ottawa session is just 17 days away. We start up with 2 games on Wednesday afternoon at Notre Dame Secondary School, 710 Broadview Avenue in the nation's capital, the suburbs of the nation's capital. Hosted by Canada Top Flight Academy. We will have all 12 teams from the National Preparatory Association in attendance in Ottawa.
And a total of 25?
23 games
Going
in
MJ on them.
Ottawa.
Good protection on the way to the cup. Caleb Suley. Rapid in delivering.
Spencer, who had it going offensively the other day.
We've been hearing it from Coach Damian Gay all game long. Get back to the paint. And that time it was Pennell recognizing that pass being made. Gets a hand on it. Otherwise, that would have been an easy 2.
Look at the one-handed rebound from Pennell. And Headman's it to Fiawi for 2. Beating everyone down the floor. RNS up 15, 2:55 to go in the second quarter.
Have the opportunity to enter the NPH national rankings, where player profiles are created acting as an online wizard. This database is directly connected to a network of over 150 prep and post-secondary programs. Junior NPH Showcase Circuit. This level caters to elementary National Invitational Tournament in July, brings a team-focused evaluation platform. The CNIT brings 100-plus top-tier clubs from around the world to compete for the national crown. Student athletes continue their journey to the next level as North Pole Hoops invites the network of
The Riverhawks have found their legs quicker than Royal Crown has. 35-20 for the crew from New Brunswick. Adams runs out of space. Cross into the high post, Alembe. Nice thought, but these Riverhawks swallow up those passing lanes in a hurry. Fiawi telegraphed that one.
Fiawi's got a lot of studying to do, man. It's not a matter of his physical abilities or athletic ability. It's just a matter of IQ and patience. He's going to be terrific once he figures it out.
Here's our, almost our first steal from Tynes.
Spencer getting away with the off arm there.
Alembe working on Fiawi. That's what you got to do when you get matched up with a big. Take it at him. Alembe smart move, gets himself to the charity stripe. Alamutu has 2 fouls under his belt right now with $1:57 left here in the first half. It's been Olembe and Webley so far for Royal Crown. I think they're just going to try to have Fiawi work this out on the floor. No better time than game action.
Yep, and you got to be able to make some mistakes if you're going to get better. You got to be okay with it, but you got to learn from them as well. Can't make the same mistake 2-3 times over.
Nice move to the baseline. Good defense.
Terrific, man. So vertical.
Alamutu.
That one's on Alamutu. Receiver was not ready for that one.
Damian Gay wants to talk it over. We will stay with it here, Elias. Again, Rothesay Netherwood School sitting at 7-0, but they have quite a schedule ahead of them. First, they have to survive this one against a Royal Crown team that has some offensive firepower that can definitely wake up in the second half. Then, they have themselves a bit of a murderer's row in Ottawa. Do the Riverhawks, as I check out NPAcanada.com, that has all your stats and scores and live streams and upcoming schedule. RNS starts up in Ottawa against North Star Preparatory Institute. Then they play GTA Prep. The hook there is that's 2 games in a day for RNS up there in Ottawa. They then play Edge before capping it off, which will be the end of their NPA season, regular season, against Toronto Basketball Academy.
Ooh, okay, that's a doozy right there.
So they have themselves quite a challenge ahead of them, while also having to deal with this final game here in their Montreal session.
Good to see Mateo Zagar here, back on the bench. Nose filled with tissue or whatever the gauze is.
I think he was more happy that he got that jersey cleaned off enough. I just love that I could hear him yell that at his coach. Don't want to get it on the jersey. You got to play, coach. RNS still working out the kinks in this one, but you know what they say about defense travels? Defense also works in an early morning Sunday game when you can hold your opponent to 22 points.
That's absolutely right. We got just a minute to go here, second quarter. And Royal Crown needs to find some action, needs to find who their primary scorers are going to be. Right now, it hasn't been Cross. This has not been his weekend. Not what we saw in Calgary. And the body language on the bench right now, man, I hope these guys watch this game and hear all of this. This is, you got to step up. You hear it from RNS.
Watch out. Thanos. Samuel Alamutu spiking it home. A solid session for Sam.
Oh, Fiawi bailing him out. This is going to be a huge learning curve for Fiawi. I'm really excited to see what we get from him in the second season. This is his first season in the league, and any time that we've had someone come in as a quote-unquote freshman in the league, there's been that adaptive period in terms of learning the competition, the speed of the game, the travel schedule, all the variables that come into play when you're playing in the National Preparatory Association. And you know what, Jay? It's very similar to what they're going to partake in college. That travel schedule, the early wake-ups, it's a lot to handle.
The varying teams, different defenses that'll be thrown at you.
Watching game film, studying with the team.
Varied start times.
Yep.
A lot of our high school guys play every game at 4 o'clock, 4 p.m. after school. How does that get you ready?
And
5 seconds to go.
Ooh.
Now Lamutu got to beat the clock. No good. Leads at 18 at halftime. RNS 20 minutes away from improving to 8-0.
The National Preparatory Association started 4 years ago, born by the desire of basketball coaches, many of which were outside of Southern Ontario, to provide a different option than traditional high school competition for elite-level basketball talent. The goal was simple: create a platform for Canadian student athletes to give them the best opportunity to earn scholarships for post-secondary education through the game of basketball. Since then, the NPA has grown to provide the best basketball exposure available at the high school level anywhere in the world. We do this by live streaming 90% of the league's nearly 100 games on our North Pole Hoops YouTube channel, ensuring high-level competition in front of post-secondary coaches from across North America, providing game-by-game statistics on every player in the league on our industry-leading website, npacanada.com, creating individual profiles for all of the league's players on Canada's top college recruitment site, northpolehoops.com, while sharing it all through the social media reach of NPH's multiple platforms. By doing all of this at the highest level, we believe that we can keep the majority of Canada's basketball talent here on home soil, and ideally in their own city or province.
Last 2 years I played at prep schools in the US, and I'm just really happy to be back in Canada and to have this opportunity to play in the NPA. It really means everything to help push Canadian basketball forward.
I love the NPA because it's given me an opportunity to showcase my skills and talents in front of many coaches across the country.
Teams from New Brunswick don't usually get the exposure you would, but the NPA provides that, and just the competition is great.
It's a national scene. You're not playing guys in Ontario only or only in your city. You get to travel all over Canada, places you've never been before.
Each team had a different style of play, and that was something you had to prepare for every single game. They really helped to prepare us for our basketball career. It's not just me, it's my whole team.
Y'all are doing a great job of just exposing some of the underrated talent. It's a great spotlight, right? I think it's the best league in Canada.
It's given us a platform from Western Canada and the prairies especially to showcase that we do have talent that stacks up with the best talent in the country.
I really love the fact that I get to be proud of my school, of my team, of my guys, and put them on a national stage, which is what the NPA allows us to do.
It's come a long way just because everybody's on the same page, from the executive right down to the coaches and the players. I think it really is a family.
We are making history every season through a shared vision, common goals, professional leadership, and a league-wide constitution enforced by a board comprised of coaches from the league's original teams. Nearly 100 NPA alumni are following their dreams through the NCAA, U Sports, CCAA, or JUCO routes. Our new goal is strategic growth with long-term partners willing to help our team continue to blaze a new trail in Canadian basketball, showing our student athletes that what they need to succeed is right here in Canada.
The North Pole Hoops Blueprint is a multi-layered system for Canadian basketball talent to maximize their potential from grade 5 all the way to the NBA. NPH works in partnership with the community, including the national and provincial governing bodies, as well as club programs to maximize scholarship opportunities. The NPH Showcase Circuit is your opportunity to learn the blueprint while joining the NPH family. Starting with our foundation, that is the Junior NPH Showcase Circuit. This level caters to elementary school student athletes in graduation to the high school tier. As a camper, you will have the opportunity to enter the NPH national rankings, where player profiles are created acting as an online resume. This database is directly connected to a network of over 150 prep and post-secondary programs. By attending our camps, you will maximize on scholarship opportunities, perform in front of national scouts, and get a chance to learn from elite NBA skill trainer David Tyndale. Entering the showcase environment provides every camper an opportunity to measure their talent against elite prospects within the region. Top performers raise their stock and begin their recruitment process with exposure opportunities through national rankings, player mixtapes, and connecting families directly to college and university coaches. Regardless of age, gender, or talent level, developing professionalism and positive habits are vital for the success of all campers in life and in basketball. The blueprint tackles academic eligibility, self-reflection, assessment, goal setting, and brand management, all aspects necessary to become a professional on and off the court. The NPH Showcase Circuit takes place from April to December in a player-focused environment, while the Canadian National Invitational Tournament in July brings a team-focused evaluation platform. The CNIT brings 100-plus top-tier clubs from around the world to compete for the national crown. Student athletes continue their journey to the next level as North Pole Hoops invites the network of prep and post-secondary programs to evaluate talent live and direct. As the summer comes to a close, high school season remains a lasting component to a student athlete's pathway. Players who thrive in high school are recruited by prep programs to continue pursuing the next level in a competitive environment. At this stage, North Pole Hoops has identified Canada's top prospects from coast to coast, placing them at programs within the National Preparatory Association. Founded in 2016, this league is quickly emerging as a global destination for the world's elite basketball prospects. Utilizing the exposure arm of North Pole Hoops, comprised of digital marketing, live broadcast, and scouting, NPH acts as a media and marketing partner for the NPA to maximize exposure for our student athletes, helping them gain scholarship opportunities, our ultimate measure of success. Climb the ladder to the next level by joining the North Pole Hoops family and enter the blueprint.
Who will be crowned national champion?
And Jacoby's going to try to measure this one up, looking for a made-to-measure suit.
Fourth quarter of action is brought to you by Indochino, where right now, using promo code HOOPS, you can get a custom-made, made-to-measure suit at a number of our coaches get fitted up, 10 showrooms across Canada, 6 of them where we have teams in the NPA, match made in heaven, Indochino and the NPA.
Indochino, the national sponsor of the NPA. We are excited to have you as a sponsor. We're excited for what you're doing. and what your brand brings to our league, the prestige of your brand, the prestige of our league from coast to coast.
The guys at Indochino were amazing when I got fitted. I can't thank you guys enough.
Indochino making me look good. That's all I gotta say. It's not always an easy task. Very grateful that you guys are taking care of me and having me look a little bit better.
I really thank you for putting the time in and believing in what we're doing with the young men and just, again, establishing ourselves in not only the basketball community, but the community that we live in.
Thank you, Indochino.
I didn't know he's allowed to play with that.
We're on, Elias.
You got to warn me.
Yeah, Tristan's always warning you. He's always telling you. You just talky. Mateo Zegar is back on the floor. Yes, he's allowed to play with some, how do we want to say?
Gauze,
Kleenex.
Got some blood on the floor.
Yeah, that's not from now. This is from previous that we played the rest of the second quarter with it, apparently. The official putting in work. But yes, there's Mateo. He did accomplish what he set out when he first came off, was to keep his jersey clean so he can play.
What a genius move. Most people wouldn't even think to do that.
Coach Damon was like, don't raise your voice. Yeah, no, good point. Blood is pouring out of his nose, and he's saying, gotta keep it off the jersey, coach. We only got 10 guys. You need every one of us.
And although it's been a quiet game for Kellen, he's still the leading scorer on this team with 10, followed by 7 from Alamutu. And on the other side, for Royal Crown, Jasmar Alombe with 8 and Jaden Weebley with 6. Cross finally getting one to go.
Yeah, sometimes I find he's a bit of a second half scorer. Takes a little while to find his range and his shooter's eye. Active on the glass, RNS. He will get himself to the line to shoot 2. Tell you this, head coach JaVale Miles is working the senior official on staff here, the officiating crew.
Good to build a relationship with them because we're definitely going to be back.
Absolutely. Now he's trying to work in on Kellen now.
It's amazing to be here in Quebec and then know that coming into next season as well, we have 3 teams representing the province. There's so much talent in this province, and I've said it publicly before and I'll say it again, and if you're watching at home and you take this offensively, so be it. Pound for pound.
I don't really want to hear it anymore.
Pound for pound, Quebec has stronger talent than Ontario.
Oh, okay. Right with that. Ooh, Alamutu, no good. That's just when you preface it by saying.
I know what it was gonna sound like. I'm just tired.
Take offense to this, so be it. Oh no, turn off his mic.
You felt I was gonna say
damage
something
control again.
No, man, it's just a matter of like this bougie Ontario mentality, like we're the end-all be-all of basketball in Canada. It's a numbers game. That's all it is.
Hey man, Nova Scotia won the championships a year ago. Quebec won them both this year, sweeping every age and gender. Transition. Zager is good. Tynes with the touchdown pass.
He's had a couple of those in this session. Wonder if he plays QB as well. Does RNS have a football team? I
don't
remember
believe
last
so.
time
I
we were
don't.
there.
I know that the dual sport athlete on this squad would be Daniel Caripe.
Yeah, soccer for sure.
Soccer, field hockey.
Maybe rugby as well.
Believe so. Ooh, dump off and jam. Alamutu with the blast.
And they're going to try to put this one away here in the third quarter. The press is on, three-quarter press that is. And Cross won too many dribbles, 10 dribbles there. Between 8 and 10 dribbles there, and half of the shot clock gone, and nothing really being done.
Tynes thought he had a clean jump ball there. I think Tynes is only 1, maybe 2 steals so far in this game. Having an off game.
It's crazy that that's an off game for him.
I know.
Most guys don't get 2 steals.
I haven't been able to use the new nickname to Kellen. There's Zayden Cross. Downtown hit.
And it's as easy as that to get a bucket. If you're in your spot, he didn't even need to take a dribble there.
Tynes. Adams D'ing him up. Look at that. Couldn't finish. Got his own rebound, but also couldn't get it to go. So no foul at the rim, but they called it on RNS and the loose ball.
And the next one was going to put Royal Crown in the bonus here. That's a little breath of hope for them.
Just a couple of minutes into the third. Olembe. Yes, sir. Corner 3. Cashes it. I think they may have. Score here is 47-33 on the scoreboard. We'll check it out. We'll be right back.
Three seasons. Almost 300 games.
Oh, Jacoby Neath!
Thousands of kilometers over 8 provinces.
He tried to send that one to Banff.
Making Canadian basketball history.
History has been made.
Nearly 100 alumni are now playing at the post-secondary level.
Dugby!
Some will see their dreams come true.
Need some juice.
And all of our former players will forever be part of the NPA family.
Oh, killing time. Allen Spoon Hunters cooking up a show. Jordan Prasad putting the NPA on notice.
Now, new names will emerge.
Setting the NPA on fire.
With the same passion of those that came before them. And to them we say, next man up. 3 seasons. Almost 300 games.
Oh, Jacoby Neath!
Thousands of kilometers over 8 provinces.
He tried to send that one to Banff.
Making Canadian basketball history.
History has
We're back live. Nice look into the lane. Kick back out. Here we go. Here comes Royal Crown, cutting it to 11.
I can't say enough about 2023 guard Jaden Cole. In the minutes that he's been allotted, he's been nothing short of fabulous. I mean, from efficiency standpoint, I'm very impressed.
That's what I'm saying about the individual performances and seeing the progression. Fiawi has struggled in the first half here. But it was nice to see him in the post with a just strong spin move into the lane, but could not finish.
On the sideline there, you see Coach Damien Gay. He's taking notes on Fiawi's moves. He's basically timing at what point of the game did he do this particular move so that he can go back and teach him how to execute it properly.
Misses both the free throws. Tynes, rebound, looking to headman, nothing there, holds it himself. Working on Adams, blow by.
So easily, gets by him.
Aired out the layup though. Cross back the other way. Good save by Zager. There's the headman. Pennell is gonna stop, pop. Tynes, offensive rebound, kick back out. Yeah, it's double dribble. Creeping up on the midway point of the third quarter, Royal Crown has come out in this second half. Looking good. It's taken him a while to wake up. Cross from downtown cuts it to 8.
If this guy has, if Cole hasn't earned a starting position after this session, I don't know what'll do it.
Drop off, Fiawi.
Be ready, Fiawi.
Back up to 10. Cross, kick out, extra pass, Adams. Cross makes sure, Cole goes to his teammate, tell him to keep his head up.
There's no time to feel sorry for yourself here. You're down 10. You got a chance to take down an undefeated team.
Pennell too strong. Fiawi can't pull it down. Here we go again. Alembe. No. Zager push it back the other way. Spin. Good defense by Cross. Zager getting after it.
How many guys do you see with that type of fight in them? That is a very rare quality, man.
Yeah, breathing out of one nostril as well. Tynes has not had the touch at the rim that we are used to seeing from Kellen in this game. Ooh. It wanted to go in, bounced out. Pennell back the other way. Tynes. He was asking Fiawi to cut. Sully no good. RNS active on the glass all game long. 8 on the shot clock. Pennell sent back by Cross. Well, we figured it would take a half for these two teams to really get into it, and here we are, 3:29 left. A spirited affair as everybody has the juices flowing now, and Zager, very nice finish. Good D. Adams, nice ball movement, and that is a travel down low by Lembe. Seeing some flashes of positive from Royal Crown with the ball movement. 3 minutes to go here in the third. Royal Crown still struggling on the offensive end, but they've started to cook it up a little.
Indochino to me is a million guys getting a million suits, and each one is different. I think the value is the quality is undeniable in terms of the suit that you'll get, and the fabric and style selection is second to none.
I think when someone puts on a suit, they take on almost a different personality, and they feel comfortable in their skin and who they are, and they feel good. Doesn't matter where you're going, what event you're going to, but everyone feels good in a suit.
I think a lot of what we do is kind of going against the grain, so to speak. Bespoke, made to measure, custom was traditionally only in store. We were the first to bring it online, and as we went through that journey, we really felt that in order to connect with the consumer, we needed to give them true options, really provide a service and an engaging experience that customers would enjoy and remember.
Indochino is a custom-made experience, but with off-the-rack prices. You are in control. So you come on in, you choose what sort of material you're pursuing, choose what sort of print or patterns you want.
Back at the University of Quebec at Montreal. Indochino, the first official partner of the National Preparatory Association. Suiting up all of our coaches and all of our individual award winners. Can't wait till Nationals when everybody is looking their best for our biggest showcase of the year. Mateo Zager could be one of the individual award winners, possibly.
Newcomer, you're saying?
I mean, you got first and second team All-Stars. You have, obviously, MVP. You have Newcomer of the Year, Academic Athlete of the Year. Don't forget Defensive Player of the Year, and our new award, the Andrew Milner Leadership Award, that's likely will be going to a senior, which is part of the attributes needed to win that award. So somebody will be graduating with a brand new custom made to measure Indochino suit to wear to their graduation.
We got a wedding coming up. I think we're gonna be taking that full throttle with Indochino and suiting up my cousin Sohail and the groomsmen.
Damien Gay asked the officials to come over to explain what will get his team a charge call. Just so he can kind of say to his guys, like, hey, we took 3 or 4 charges in the first game and has not been able to get on the positive side of the whistle for the charge in this one. Alamutu. Zager. Fifield. Rebound, pulls it back out. Tynes, cross court. Sully. No good. Battling. Tynes. Making up for. Ooh!
Gathers all the attention.
Yeah. And then just flick of the wrist. And gets himself a dime on the score sheet. Kellen Tynes. Cross. No good. Tynes has not been able to rack up the steals per usual, but he's definitely racking up the rebounds. Back the other way. Sully. Pass was just a little behind his teammate. Webley checking back in. .24 to go here, leads back to 15. Royal Crown has come out strong in the third quarter, but RNS has absorbed the body blow and continued to push forward.
How many times have you seen that, JT? Defensive
Sully.
board by Sam Alamutu, and then coast to coast, whether he finishes with an assist or a bucket. Yeah, I mean, irrelevant in this situation, but he weaves through traffic really well.
Cross to a wide open Javel Miles. He thought about it. Miles is the coach. Shot wouldn't have counted. Probably would have cashed it though. Wow. The zip on the pass and the English on the finish. Yeah, that definitely could have been a travel. Look at the verticality from Zager. Cross trying to punk Zager afterwards by giving the ball, and Zager saying, "You're not going to do that to me, kid." Zager, I don't believe, would have been called for that foul. That would have been on the help defense.
He was very vertical on that. Him and Alamutu have that
Yes.
down to a T.
I just like it because Zager threw the ball back, wasn't going to pick up a tech for it, didn't go at him, just walked away and said, "No, that's not going to happen. Just let that be known. Show that on the live stream. You're not going to punk me in this league. I know I'm a newcomer here, but
so are you.
I'm not here to take part. I'm here to take over." Sully. Pennell. Fiawi. Kick out. Fifield. Good D by the big. Fiawi again. Blocked by Webley. Gotta shoot it. 15-point lead RNS has maintained. Stay with us.
You have to be challenged repetitively. You have to set a trend for the next guys that are coming up. Don't be asked to go harder. Give your hardest before you are asked.
In the fall, rep tryouts set the stage, but not everyone makes the cut. Players that catch eyes of coaches are awarded a roster spot and a chance to represent, but nothing else for now. The work is just beginning. Playing time is fought for, rep by rep, and practice after practice. Nearly 100 alumni are now playing at the post-secondary level. Some will see their dreams come true. And all of our former players will forever be part of the NPA family.
Oh, killing time. Allen Spoon Hunters cooking up a show. Jordan Prasad putting the NPA on notice.
Now, new names will emerge,
Setting the NPA on fire.
with the same passion of those that came before them. And to them we say, next man up. 3 seasons.
Hey, Elias, are you ready to come back? We're live.
Oh, stop it.
Have any other controversial comments you want to throw out there?
Nope.
So that the rest of us have to go on damage control?
Hey, man.
Hey? Do we have to go on the social medias and
One
apologize
time I made
for
a
you?
comment. This is, folks, for those who haven't been following wrong, I made a comment on social media.
Can we?
Hey, you brought it up.
I know.
You
Just
wanna
be
talk
general,
about it?
please. Be general. Just be general.
Don't get me started, JT. Do not get me started.
You wake up started.
That's right. You asked me if I was ready. My mother almost named me ready.
Alamutu. Mid-range. Pretty confident. And back the other way, a name we haven't said a lot in this one, Malachi Coke Harrison, who was very much an X factor for this squad the other day. Alamutu cooking with the mid-range. I don't get excited about that too often, but when you're stopping and popping, textbook. Back the other way. Yes, sir. Jaden Cole showing off the same sort of style.
I literally just
Alamutu again, no.
Just finished tweeting about Jaden Cole. Deserved recognition for how well he's played here in Montreal.
Good hands by Pennell. Again.
Sign me up, man.
Jaden Cole.
I'm buying into that stock. Sign me up.
Absolutely. Get this man the rock. Leads down to 11.
And I'm actually quite shocked that it's Royal Crown that's kept it this close.
No, I called this one coming in.
I think a big part of it is the fatigue of RNS now. They've played three games extremely hard.
Yep.
They played a very tough opponent in Canada Top Flight and beat them as well. That one came down to the wire. And for those of you who want to catch up on the NPA action, you can go to either northpolehoops.com as well as npacanada.com for all games. They will remain archived. You have stats there as well. You click on a player's name from their team roster on npacanada.com, and that will take you to a full stats page. Shout out to F.A. Ashaka, holding it down statistically.
Nana Owahene as well, holding it down back in Toronto. Somebody who you will be getting to know along with our crew, especially at NPA Nationals, as we continue to not only push the game forward from a playing, coaching, organizational standpoint, but also the future leaders of basketball administration. So much young talent coming up in that aspect. Ooh. Shoot it, young buck. No good. Zager behind the back. Pushing the other way. He's cut off, but he just changes direction on a dime. Not his shot. Leads at 12. Still lots of time left. No good by Cole, but no putback by Coke Harrison. So Cole goes back up. He'll get to the line to shoot two. Jovel Miles is trying to get Damian Gay to burn a timeout.
And Jaden Cole, the star of the show for this one for Royal Crown Academy. Man, I think there's some pieces that really got to get it clicking. There's a triangle here that could work out and be a huge advantage coming into Ottawa between Cross, Cole, and Jasmar Alambe. And then you have Coke Harrison as a defensive specialist. You have the bigs playing their role. Everyone else fills in the gaps there. You have Spencer who can get hot. You have Adams who can handle it. I mean, this could work out for them. They just got to get on the same page and play like they got something to prove. This is a new team. I don't care what you've done in the past, what national team you've played on, provincial team, AAU, this is the new proving ground. You spend 7 months of the year, 6 to 7 months of the year playing and representing Royal Crown. How will you do it?
Well, playing against competition like this is going to expedite that process. Pennell, Alamutu, two-handed slam, textbook, Riverhawks basketball. Tynes, D'ing up cross. Adams, drop off. Alembe can't finish. They got numbers. Tynes fires it out of bounds. 6:10 left, leads at 13. This Royal Crown team playing a good amount of divisional games thus far have not seen a team that runs like RNS. I remember talking to Danilo Juricic when he was a member of the NPA, and he said just how much that got him ready for the NCAA, now playing at Harvard, saying that being able to play different types of defenses, different types of coaching, players from different parts of Canada, how much that got him ready for the post-secondary level. You're not playing in a bubble when you're playing in the NPA.
And Danilo Juricic had a really good night the other night. Him and Noah Kirkwood, we talked about their stats in another game. But like you said, JT, he was well seasoned. He had so much experience playing in the NPA, playing national team, playing high-level AAU basketball on the Nike circuit. He was well groomed for the position he's in at Harvard. And man, you get a good basketball experience under Coach Amaker at Harvard. And then one thing I love about the Ivy League and about just having a high-level academic situation, when these guys leave their basketball careers, you have that Harvard degree on you. You're opening up a new life for yourself. You're starting yourself in a whole different stratosphere than everybody else. You got 10 guys on the floor right now. How many of these guys are going to play professional basketball? It's not everybody, that's for sure. And that's when you're going to rely on that degree.
Yeah. Isaiah Adams, who struggled here in the early going, was hanging and banging on one end, then caused a jump ball on the other, and then just got his pocket picked by Cookie Jar Kellen Tynes, who gets another steal and another assist, and a two-handed slam by Alamutu. RNS fired up. 4:56 to go.
Challenge repetitively. You have to set a trend for the next guys that are coming up. Don't be asked to go harder. Give your hardest before you are asked.
In the fall, rep tryouts set the stage, but not everyone makes the cut. Players that catch eyes of coaches are awarded a roster spot and a chance to represent. But nothing else for now. The work is just beginning. Playing time is fought for, rep by rep, and practice after practice.
It has to be beat down into your head. You have to be challenged repetitively. You have to set up.
We just saw the turnaround that RNS can have with the personnel that they have. Kellen Tynes, 2 steals, a bucket, and an assist. And just like that, RNS back up 15. Yeah, 2 guys not on the same page there results in a turnover and another slam. I hope these rims can survive the rest of this game because Samuel Alamutu has just been abusing them all week long.
And Holy Cross is here in attendance. I will not be surprised if they throw down an offer to him. He does have the academics to fit right in at Holy Cross. Already has one offer on the table from Long Beach coach Mike Scholl. Has spent a lot of time via last year's NPA Nationals recruiting Alamutu. And I mean, you can't help it. He plays at Nationals again this season in front of 50-plus coaches in attendance. He's going to get more offers.
Pennell. Man, no wasted movement from Matt Pennell. Plays the game tight, plays it right, just such a huge part for this squad. Sully called for the foul. Alembe will go to the line looking for the three-point play.
You're seeing a little bit of fire from Alembe right now, a little more aggression, and that's something that we want consistent. One thing I find with him, he's such an unselfish player, and he's changed up his game a lot. He wants to involve everybody in the offense, but there's got to be a fine balance in when to turn it on and when to turn it off, because right now they need him to score, and they've been needing him to score. It's a tough challenge for him, man. I don't envy the position that he's in. You got a lot of young minds on this team who are trying to figure it out. Everyone thinks they're the man.
Matt Pennell is going to make some U Sports team very happy. And again, we have college coaches in attendance at our sessions, but the U Sports coaches have really stepped up their game this season.
Hats off to them for sure.
And we have a number of NPA alumni with huge impacts on their teams at the U Sports level. And I think what I love hearing from those coaches more than anything, and there's Tynes with another dime. Sully, basket in the bump.
And JT, I want to point something out that's very important on this play. It's an intangible trait. It has nothing to do with the actual bucket itself. There was 6 high fives, but 5 guys on that play. And that's a testament to celebrating each other's small victories. We talked about this earlier. That is such a highly contagious quality on a team. And that is a big reason as to why RNS is playing so well.
Adams. Cross does not need much space. Flick of the wrist, and it's wet. Tynes cutting Zager. They are eating it up on the baseline cuts, the backdoor cuts. And ooh, Alamutu tried to jump the lane there, gets called for the foul on the body. But as I was mentioning about the U Sports, what I love hearing from those U Sports coaches is by the time these players get to us as a freshman, they are that much further ahead than the players were 5 years ago because of a couple different reasons. The talent that they're playing on a regular basis in the NPA and obviously traveling as well as part of these teams, but also they are used to the grind, the travel, the different games, the 2 games in 2 days that you see at the U Sports and CCAA level, the long bus rides. They're used to that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and it takes a toll on your body as well. I think one thing, like right now, these guys are extremely young, not a ton of mileage, and you've heard all the stories about overuse and time management on the floor and all that kind of stuff. That's one thing they're going to recognize in university even more so.
Well, Javel Miles earned that tech. He's been just working these officials all game long. He's got his first one in the books. I think he's made his point. His player got hit in the neck by the off arm of Kellen Tynes. Whistle was not called. Well, Tynes has not had his offensive game flowing, so he's decided to use the second half to just set the table. Fork, the knife, spoon, dessert spoon as well. Outlet. Alamutu to Zager. Good transition defense from Isaiah Adams. Breaking up that what would have been an easy 2. Bodegoni. Fiawi. Spin into the lane, no good. Webley just out-muscled him down low. Okay. Jaden Cole in transition gets the pass. Euro steps for 2. Another breakout performer from this Montreal session. Minute to go here. No good from Tynes. Fiawi and Webley, 2 7-footers battling down low. A little glimpse into the future right there.
Great in and out dribble there, use by Jaden Cole. You can tell he's been working on his offhand as well. Coming out of that cast, man, he's an extremely hard worker.
I believe that's 5 on Kellen Tynes. Not happy with himself, but an off game from Kellen Tynes is still a good game in the overall arc of basketball.
And I don't like to give guys excuses or anything like that. Just a note, he is playing sick. He is playing after, this is his 4th game of the session after playing extremely tough competition. He's left it all on the line. At least you can give him that.
I mean, he doesn't have to do it all for this RNS squad anymore. They are deeper, they are better, they are more talented. He can be a piece to the puzzle of a team that is 25 seconds away from being 8-0. Fiawi. Year from now, we won't be seeing that.
You'll be seeing a finish. You'll be seeing a much quicker take to the rim.
Into the corner. Stepped out of bounds.
And Royal Crown was right in the thick of it for a little part of the game.
Rothesay Netherwood School, winless in their first season in the National Preparatory Association just a few years ago, now find themselves atop the NPA standings, a perfect 8-0 heading in to the Ottawa session. What a great showing from the team from New Brunswick as they head back home with an 8-0 record under their belt. What will the future hold for this squad this season remains to be seen. We'll be back, game 2 of today after a 20-minute break.